Okay.
Like, she's got no clothes, dude. She's gonna die because she doesn't have any armor. That's recording. You recording?
Action.
Okay. What's up? Let's start off with your name. Introduce yourself.
I am Juan, better known as Kid TBG, rap name. But I like to go as Juan. Some people call me Wani, but that's if you close with me. Not a lot of people call me that.
For sure. Tell us about some of your interests and hobbies.
I ain't gonna lie,
Sorry.
I kind of got a lot of hobbies.
For sure.
I do a lot to get past my free time, basically. I could say more so of a physical hobby is basketball. Play a lot of basketball. I ain't gonna lie, I like to run a lot, jogging, get my mind off a lot, put some headphones in, get running. But basketball, my physical hobby. Now, when it comes to video games, I can say that's a main hobby that I go to. I like to play a lot of video games.
Like what? What's your favorite game?
Call of Duty. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Favorite game, Mortal Kombat. Yep. Favorite out of all. Love Mortal Kombat. Loved it since I was a kid. Yep.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. And I don't like to tell people my story for them to like think to themselves and be like, oh, okay, I should feel bad for him of everything he been through and oh, okay, this is what I've been through. So now I want people to feel bad for me. No, I want people to actually hear and to actually think and to learn from it. If anybody can learn from it, whether people pick up any little hints from it or not, because some people might not. And some people will. Like, I can't even say, like, I'm still living a good life after everything I've been through because my life isn't good. Everything I'm doing now, and I don't want to use it as an excuse, but everything I am doing now in life, like smoking weed, drinking, it does have a lot to do with everything that I've seen, everything that I've been through. I can honestly say if I haven't seen any of that, if I haven't been through it, probably wouldn't be drinking. Probably wouldn't be smoking. The setting I'm around, me seeing the violence that I seen and growing up the way that I did, I don't use that as an excuse for anything because there's people who've been through way worse in life. There's people who've been through hell and become doctors and lawyers. So I don't like to say like, oh, okay, this is the reason why I'm smoking and drinking. Like it's something good, but I can honestly say it's a remedy for me. Some people use other remedies. And I can honestly say me, when I smoke, when I drink, it takes me to a whole nother level where I can actually sit around and talk about things like this. Because in other moments, I wouldn't be able to tell people what I've been through. Everything that actually really impacted my life to get me to do the bad things that I've done, to think to myself that, oh, I'm changed now. I can do better from this. And like I said, I just the main thing that I really want people to do is just to listen and just think about other people's lives and what other people have been through. And if you think that you've been through something bad, it can be worse. Because that's literally what I go by. I literally think I lived a horrible life. I think that I lived a really fucked up life. But I think to myself, I read a lot. I do a lot of reading. I watch a lot of movies. And I think to myself, it can be worse. It can be way worse. I've literally lived in the most whitewashed areas, going to the most ghettoest areas in Milwaukee. And it doesn't really, to be honest, it doesn't really make a difference because at the end of the day, I'm still worried for my life, if that makes a difference. But in a different way, you know? I go to the hood part, I'm worried for my life if somebody's going to rob me, what's going to happen, you know, somebody might pull up on me. I go to the white part, what's going to happen with the police, you know, and am I going to be racially profiled, you know, because I'm not fully a black person, but there to those in South Milwaukee, oh yeah, I'm a black guy, so it doesn't, especially how my, what's that word, I don't know, I'm obnoxious basically. I like to listen to music, I like to, you know, dance, I like to rap out in the open. So, you know, I'm automatically going to catch people's attention as me was walking past your house because you're going to hear me singing a song and you're going to look at me and immediately you're going to think something of me, whether it's right or it's wrong. 9 times out of 10, the area I'm at, it's going to be something wrong, no matter where it's at. And I feel like the most fucked up part is because I'm light skinned. I can honestly say I'm like in the middle of all of it, you know, in the middle, right? Literally smack dab in the middle. You know, like I go to the north side and guys want to jump me. They look at me weird because I'm light skinned, not 100% black. And I go where the white people at. They look at me weird because I'm not 100% white. So it's like, and it's like, I never really looked at stuff like that as me being a kid, but being put through that on a daily basis just makes you think. It's like, what is this world really gonna come to? If no matter who you go around, no matter where you live, people are gonna look at you a certain way. No matter what, no matter what you look like, no matter how you act, people are going to judge you, and that's basic human instinct. Basically, is for a human to look at somebody and automatically judge them. We can't help it. Some of us can't help it. We look at somebody, they do something, and automatically we judge them. I actually would have been born in Puerto Rico if if my mom was actually like 4 hours late for her airplane. I would have been born in Puerto Rico. She came to Milwaukee. And the day she came to Milwaukee, actually, there was a blizzard. Real bad blizzard on January 3rd. That's the day I was born, 1999. Probably, I actually think it was the worst blizzards Wisconsin ever had. And that's when I was born. Dad came rushing in the hospital. I don't really remember much about my dad, but all I remember is the day he was killed. I was with him that morning. That morning he was killed. I remember I was at the house with him. Crazy thing is, for some reason, I think God made me remember this, but I remember he was making pancakes. He had some type of apron on. It was like a white apron. It was something on it. It said something on it. He made pancakes. It was me and my brother. Pancakes was good as hell. And my mom came. She picked us up the next day. I went to school, got back from school, and I heard he was dead. I heard he got shot on 35th and right on the corner, the exact spot of 35th and right on the corner of 35th and right. And I will never forget that day. I remember I was at the funeral. All my bro, I have like over 9 brothers and sisters. All of them, they were sad. I was the youngest. I was the youngest out of all of them. So I didn't really know what was going on. So I was like, and my dad, he was rich. My dad was rich as hell. Like, I don't know where the fuck he got all that money, which makes me mad as fuck right now because I'm struggling with money. So I'm like, damn, the fuck. But it's like, we was in a limo, and it's like my dad had all the money. I was looking at everybody like, oh, snap, we in a limo? I remember like it was yesterday. I was rubbing the seats like this, and I'm looking at everybody like y'all don't remember this? And everybody got a sad face. I don't know why everybody got a sad face, but I'm just enjoying the fact that I'm in a suit. I'm in a nice, expensive suit in a limo. I don't know why. Next thing you know, I go to the funeral home. My dad's in the casket. I'm just looking at everybody. Don't pay me no mind. I'm probably like 5 years old. Young. 5, 6 years old. Looking at everybody. And next thing you know, I can say probably like a couple years, I was like in 5th grade. I was in 5th grade. And for some odd reason, in the middle of class, in the middle of school, it hit me. I was like, oh, damn, my dad's dead. I just start crying in the middle of school. And I can say that's probably like when I realized, like, damn, I'm here with my mom. And it's when I realized, like, my mom's doing drugs. I was in 5th grade. I used to walk home from school. I used to go home, see her like super like just drugged out, having to act like nothing happened, you know? Going outside to kick it with my friends, going to school the next day. Like everything was normal. It was just like real weird. Like when I would come home, the whole setting of everything was different. My brother wasn't there. It was like literally like I was living by myself at like at like 9. From me being like 8 to 10, I was literally living by myself, but I wasn't by myself, if that makes any sense. My mom was right there, knocked out. My little sister, probably like 1 year old, like 2 years old. I had to take care of her, feed her, do her hair. I literally had to do her hair and feed her before I went to school and drop her off at daycare and pick her up from daycare, go back home, take her in my room so she couldn't see my mom like that. And it was just like, damn. I can honestly say me not having a mom and me not having my dad in my life, I didn't really think that it was that much. But as me getting older, it took a toll. Because it's crazy, because as me being a young kid and me not having my mom there, and you know, me and my brother getting all the food ourselves, having to hustle, inviting people over to come stay with us. We're renting our rooms out for them to give us money. We're making money ourselves. Everything we're doing it ourselves. Literally, our mom haven't been there for probably almost a year or two. And I'm like 13, 14. And that's literally how it just slowly progressed. Because after that, I ended up she ended up losing the house. Me and my brother couldn't stay there no more. My brother went his own way. So I had no choice but to go my own way. To be honest, the only people I was kicking it with was gang members. Those were the people that, the only people that was there. My friends, those are the people they were around. They were young too, so they would call those guys their uncles, their older brothers. So me being around them, okay, now they're my older brothers. Okay, and now they're over here telling me, oh, all you gotta do is get jumped in. Here, I'll give you this gun, bro. All you gotta do is catch this body real quick. You in our gang real quick. And it's like little shit like that. It's like, me being young, I used to just think it was that thrill. I used to think that, oh yeah, I'm doing all this. I'm riding around in the car. All my friends, we got guns, we got drugs. This is it. Kicking it. No. So many times I did not know those could have been my last nights. Everything I was doing. Everything. And I can honestly say it took a real big toll on the life that I lived, me being so young. Me seeing everything that I've seen so young. Like I said, me being at least 10, 9, 11 years old, seeing people right in front of me just go. It just didn't really, I didn't really think about it as me getting older and older, you know. Things just stopped occurring to me. Pain was another thing. Pain was another thing that happened to me slowly. At first it was emotional pain. First I told myself, I don't need emotional pain. I don't feel emotion anymore. The next thing you know, it turned into physical pain. I started hurting myself. And it's like, I didn't really think about it at the time, but me being young, being put through everything that I was put through really did take a toll. Nobody ever really being there. Nobody really, to be honest. Nobody. When it comes to the school, when it comes to just normal people in the neighborhood, police, nobody did anything. Because I can honestly say I was a problematic child since I was young. And if anybody's seen that while I was really young, anybody would have noticed the pattern and anybody would have done anything to stop basically what I've done to my body now. It's just, this life is just something to play around with. And I can tell somebody that firsthand after everything I've seen. I literally walked into like a abandoned building with so many homeless people. It was just crazy. I lived at a building with this guy named David. He was homeless. I was homeless. And it was actually my choice to be homeless. I was selling things that I shouldn't have been selling, and I can honestly say it kept me away from all the drama that I was into. I stayed by myself. I did what I needed to do. I sold, and I would go back to the place, and I would go buy him a pack of cigarettes. He would buy me a bottle because I wasn't 21. We'll buy a couple burgers from McDonald's right down the block on First and Greenfield. I would literally make a fire out of car tires because there was an abandoned mechanic shop not that far. And I would go take plenty car tires and we would go set a fire at night. Because with car tires, you only need one tire, just one tire, and that fire will burn all night, real thick black smoke. And so me and him, we would put 2 tires because it was the middle of springtime, fall, around that time it would get kind of cold at night and in the morning. So we would put 2 tires and that fire would burn all night. We would sit there and we would drink, and the fire would keep all the bugs away from us. We'll be comfortable. And I've done that. I did that for at least a year because it kept me away from everything that I seen. I literally would just be so comfortable living that way, and that was bad. That was really bad. I can't keep living on the streets. No. I have to change my life. I have to prosper in some type of way. I never really talk to him anymore. I don't know what that guy's doing. He's probably still homeless, but it was just, I can honestly say, me being through, even after staying there homeless like that, continuing trying to live, I can probably say I probably would go back. It's a lot of stress I've been going through. A lot of things that I don't want to deal with. But in all reality, I have 3 kids and I have to deal with it. I have to be strong for them. That's what I think about continuously. No matter what I've been through, no matter what I've seen, it will help me teach them to overcome. So they wouldn't be able to see that. So they wouldn't be able to go through that. Like, it's gonna get better. A couple years went by, it didn't get better. Just kept going. That was the life I was living. And as you getting older, you start to move in with the worst crowd. You start to realize what those drugs is that she's taking. Start to realize how valuable those drugs are to other people, which is very fucked up. And it's like, to be honest, I literally had to do what I had to do for me and my older brother and my younger sister to eat. I'm disappointed in myself, but I can honestly say, me not living that life I lived, I wouldn't have the mental state that I do now. I didn't really go to school like that because I had to do what I had to do. I was only in middle school, bro. 7th grade, selling pills to make money. But I had to do what I had to do. It was the life I was given. And it kind of makes me very mad because I can honestly say there's people out here with a high school diploma who graduated high school. And I can honestly say I'm more intelligent than them. And it kind of disappoints me. I didn't graduate high school. I would love to, but I don't need to. I don't need a paper to prove how smart I am. I know what I know, and it's like I said, if I can go back and redo it and go back to high school, yes, I would. But at the end of the day, there's another part of me that would say no, because if I didn't, my family wouldn't have ate. I had to live the life that I had to live without any help. And it's crazy because I'm not even going to lie. It was times where I would kind of hint to my teachers, Like, yeah. My mom's not there. I don't know where I'm gonna go after here. Literally saying that to a fucking teacher at school. What the fuck does that tell you? I don't know where I'm gonna go after school, but don't do anything. I don't know. The first time was when I was with my brother and we were playing cans. And I can't really pinpoint an exact age, but I can say I was in between of being 9 and 10. And we were playing cans. And some guy, they were both fighting. Two guys, they were fighting. And next thing you know, one guy hit the floor and boom, he pulls out a gun and shoots another dude. Everybody around just runs. The guy's just in the middle of the street. He just falls, hit the ground, bleeding everywhere. And the crazy thing is, which I find more crazy, is because he had like a white t-shirt on. So I can see all like the bullet holes. I can see the blood just coming right from him. He just falls and hit the ground. I go upstairs in my house and his body just still just laying there. Just laying there. Just still laying there after a couple hours 4 hours go by, just still laying there. And it's just, and kids still go back outside and play like it was nothing. And I feel like that's where my anger comes in. That's where I get into a real big argument or a real big, conversation with somebody that I don't agree with, and it just makes me really mad because of situations like that I feel like I should not have seen. There's been times where I've seen people fall out right in front of my face, die off drugs. I'm telling them, bro, stay with me. You got this, bro. We're good. The ambulance is coming right now. You're okay, bro. We're here. You looking at, we're eye contact. You looking at me, right? I'm looking at you. I'm literally making physical eye contact with this guy as he just fades away. Like I literally see him just like, and the crazy thing is, it wasn't like on movies, like when they close their eyes. No, like I'm looking at him dead, and it's like I can literally see his soul just go. Literally, like his eye color just like started to fade into like a lighter brown. And I'm watching his eyes just go. I'm holding his hand. His hand is literally gripping. His hand literally grips my hand tighter. And I'm just looking at him. And I can't do nothing. And the fucked up thing about it, bro, is I stayed there, right? I don't like to laugh about it, but it helps me from getting mad. Is I stayed there. And the niggas that gave him the drugs left. I stayed there with him, right? And the police tried to arrest me. I stayed there. The police got there. I'm holding his head right here with this hand. His hand is in this, just like this. I'm grabbing his hand like this with his head. I'm crying, tears coming down my eyes. And you're going to put handcuffs on me?
How old were you?
Really? Bro, I was like 16, bro. Like 16, 17. I just started smoking weed. I just started like drinking lean, doing all that, all that other shit. Like I was young, bro. So it was like, this shit, when this occurred, bro, it was just like real, like, wow. Like I literally had to sit in an interrogation room. They're sitting there asking me, bro, like a movie, bro, like asking me questions, bro. 2 cops asking me questions. And it's funny because when I watch movies nowadays, they be like, oh, you gonna do the good cop, bad cop routine, right? It's funny because now that I think about it, they were doing that shit. One cop would come up all nice and soft and smooth. Oh, yeah. All right, so what happened at the party, dude? So I go, you can tell. Then the next cop would come in. Oh, no, bro, we know what happened. We know what you did. I'm like, what? Why would I still be sitting there? Why would I still be there crying? Dude, this is my friend. I knew him since middle school, bro. We was in high school together, bro. Really? Come on, dude. And it's funny because the most funny part about it is that the dudes who was there, I never seen them again. Never seen them again. I wasn't even cool with them. I didn't know them dudes like that. He knew them. I just went to go kick it with them because he invited me. And next thing you know, this is what I see. I didn't come here to kick it like this, bro. And it's just like a big what the fuck moment, to be honest. A real big what the fuck moment. And it's like, I don't know, that's not even the first time that shit happened to me. It's been many times where I was put through a real hard situation, whether it was another life or death situation with somebody else or with me. And like I said, I feel like nobody really should have to be put through an altercation like that. Ever, especially this young generation, with how vulnerable information is, how easily things could go around. It's just like, that's why I tried my hardest to show my kids a different route. But it just makes me hard because don't nobody really understands what I've really been through. And like I like to say is, there could have been worse. But what I've been through does take a toll on me. And it does affect the way that I act till this day. I have anger issues. I can probably honestly say I have a close encounter of PTSD. I don't think straight when I come close to serious situations. I get very anxious. I try my hardest to please people who would never in their life be pleased with anything. So I don't know. That's what my life consisted of. But I'm trying to change that. I don't want to keep that the same course, and I want to show my kids that that's the better route. And I can honestly say it all starts from where they grow up from, what they see as a child. How this, and it may not make sense to some people, but how this world, how this government takes care of people. They don't really take care of people. And I'm not trying to put a lot of responsibility on them, but they have a lot of money and they have a lot of power to have that responsibility put on them. So it's like, why are people growing up in this fucked up situation? It shouldn't happen. It really shouldn't. And this is only the area I live in. Imagine other places. Imagine other people's stories. Imagine what other people have been through. It like I said, it only gets worse from there. I don't like to think about my problems as being something so big and dramatic. I like to think about there's always somebody worse than this, because I kind of put myself through a dark situation thinking that this is the worst it can get. And I don't like thinking like that. It always can get way more worse. I still wake up every day with clothes on my back, food in my stomach, with a smile on my face. So it doesn't get worse than this. But like I said, the way that this world works, the way that everything happens, it just isn't right. And like I said, it all starts from what people see, their mothers, their fathers, teachers, people in the environment, in the community, what they see, everything they pick up on. I've always heard since I was a kid, it takes a village to teach a kid. I never actually knew what that meant until I got older. Because all of us growing up, everything we learned, we didn't just learn from one person. We learned from one individual. You may have taught me something. The next person taught me something. She taught me something. Everything they did, okay, one of my brother's friends, the way he walked, I may have liked that. So now I walk like that. The way that she do her move, okay, I've learned something from everybody. This whole village taught me something. We all learn from so many different types of people. We don't just learn from one person. Everybody picks up on what they see in the environment they grow up on. And that's how you get people like me. When you grow up in a fucked up environment, you get fucked up people. I'm sorry to say that's literally the easiest way my brain could possibly put it. When you see people at 7, 8, 9 years old getting shot, that's all you're going to know getting older is to shoot and or defend yourself. You know? And it's like, people don't really understand that. They don't. They just like to think that, oh, that's a violent person. He's violent. Get him away from her, lock him up, kill him. No. Just teach me different. Or at least, you don't even have to teach me different. Just let me know that there's something different in this world. And some people, I can say there's 50% of people who would listen to that and would learn from that. But there is some stubborn people who would just stay within those lines, and that's the life they're going to live. This is what I've seen. This is what I'm going to live. This is how I'm going to be. Pussy nigga, no, I came from toe and pose, and you ain't built like that little nigga, you could get exposed, yeah, 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 yeah.